Welcome to episode 9 of The Streak. I'm your host, Tim McDonough, joined as always by former Defiance head baseball coach Tom Held, current Defiance mentor Rick Weaver, and longtime co-head coach, and four members, the four seniors from the class of 2014. Welcome to the show, Derek Turner, Austin Hancock, Dom Gentili, and Jake Green. I'm glad you guys are joining us today. Appreciate it.
For Narnia.
Happy for Narnia. We'll get into that. Happy to be here, Tim. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's good to see you guys. So before we get started, what we like to do is find out what you guys have been up to since you left the hallowed halls of Defiance High School. And Derek, you're in the upper left. Let's start with you. What have you been up to since high school?
Went to Bowling Green State University, got an education or got a degree in education. Decided to stay with my summer job, which I'm still at, and got married, have three kids, and just living out the American dream.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, where are you, by the way, Derek? Where are you living?
Still in Defiance.
You're in Defiance. Okay. Well,
Default.
so am I. Yeah,
I see him,
so is Tom and
every
Rick.
Sunday morning in the summer. He comes out and golfs by himself.
Yep.
Very
Right.
nice.
Sometimes he'll
early.
bring Happy with him.
I like to pick the earliest tee time so you get to wake up bright and early.
Exactly.
That's
There's
my goal.
nothing that irks me more when I look at the tee sheet. 7 a.m. Derek Turner. Next time 8:15. Come on,
He brought
Derek.
he brought his son out a few times too. But this last year you weren't out as much this last summer. I think that third child probably put an end to it. Maybe.
I got three kids now. You're right. That's exactly right.
Very nice. Austin, welcome to episode 9. What have you been up to since high school?
I had the opportunity to play junior college ball at only Central Junior College for a year, and then went and played at Lenore Ryan University for 2 full years, and I ended up throwing my arm out the day before our first senior game, and I decided to hang up the cleats after that. But finished out my college career and got a bachelor's in accounting and finance, and I started working at Century Furniture for a year and as an accountant, and then had the opportunity to go work at Lowe's down here in Mooresville, North Carolina, and been there 7 years. 2019, I actually got married. And then 5 years later ended up going through a divorce, and I actually moved back to Defiance for a year. Got to see most of these guys on the call today, and then I got a call from work and said, hey, we got to go in 5 days a week again, and so I ended up buying a house down here, and that's where I'm at right now.
Very nice. Dom, how about you? What have you been up to since high school?
Yeah, so I also had the awesome opportunity to play a little bit of ball after school. Went to Lincoln Trail Community College my freshman year. Got to room with the beast of the left-handed pitcher that was on last week's episode, Weston Rivers. We were roommates my freshman year. That was a lot of fun. Ended up transferring back home to Defiance College for a year. Played there with Mr. Jacob Green. And then ultimately I hung up the cleats as well, transferred to BG, and actually ended up rooming with Derek for, what was it, a year?
Yeah, senior year.
A year. So yeah, full circle. But I was living in Dayton for about 4-ish years. I was working at the Air Force Base as a civilian, doing contracting. And then just recently, probably 5 months ago, I actually took up a new job with a roofing company out of Maumee, doing some estimating. And yeah, I live here in Bowling Green, Ohio, with my girlfriend. And yeah, we're hopefully going to be building our house here in the next months to come. So exciting stuff.
Congrats, man.
Did you get
Yeah.
that love? Did you get that love for roofing down from Derek in that year you lived together? Since both of you are roofers now in the roofing business.
Looking at some roofers.
Both of you should be plugging your businesses. You should be both of you
Yeah,
plugging
there you
your
go.
business. Derek, give us your business. Derek, plug your business.
Yeah, we'll save that for a different time.
Dom, aren't you with all your boys? Are you guys all
Yeah,
together?
so
I saw you were in Vegas. So at a
yeah. So we
construction
actually
convention.
so there was two conventions down there. There was the construction convention and then the international roofing convention. I work with Good Guys Roofing out of Maumee, Ohio. There's actually a couple of Defiance guys that work there. The owner is actually a Defiance graduate as well, Danny Asaf. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a great opportunity, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
How about you, Jake? What have you been up to since high school?
Well, after graduating, I went and played ball at Defiance College with Dominic there. I had the pleasure to meet Cameron Castro, who was another great coach. I followed him to Lake Erie over here in East Cleveland. Played there for a couple of years, and then unfortunately tore my labrum in my hip. So I tore that. Once I tore that, I hung it up. Transferred back to Bowling Green, where I did graduate with an education degree that I do not use.
Two of you.
Fortunately, I moved back to Defiance actually for about a year or so. I was subbing in the Defiance schools, and then I got a call from UPS. So I moved back to Cleveland, where I met my wife. We've been married since 2022, and I'm just working at UPS since.
Very nice. Very nice.
I totally forgot you subbed, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was weird eating lunch with like Rittenauer, and it was just weird eating lunch with guys that taught me. You know?
This guy was teaching our youth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wasn't really teaching, just handing out sheets.
What he didn't say is we called UPS and told him to call him back.
Right.
We came out of the classroom.
Rick made the call, yeah.
Oh man.
Before we talk about their season, and we're going to back up a little bit, and these four guys were all a major part of the 2013 run. So we're going to talk about those games. But before we do that, Tom and Rick, what would you like to say about this group of seniors in 2014? These were the four guys. That was it.
Yeah, this was, Adam Schaefer was with us the year before. Then he went full-fledged hockey their senior year. So that was a great missing him that senior year. And definitely respected his decision. That's what he wanted to do, and that was his passion. And we supported that 100%. But I would be lying if I wish we wouldn't have had him for that season, that's for sure, because he really added another dynamic. We had a lot of speed in that class. This group, all these guys could run, and Shafe could run, he could hit, and he would add that extra offensive tool to the group. So I did want to give Shafe a shout out because he was a big contributor. All four of these guys and Adam Schaefer, all five of them started on that 2013 state championship team. So obviously the 2013. That's why it's very important for the 2014 group to talk about the state tournament, because actually half of the starters were from this class on that group, and that's why I really credit the 2013 team with how they accepted these guys. There were 10 seniors, and 5 of them were taking 5 jobs away from some guys that were older than them, and some of them had already earned the job before that year. But the one thing that this group is really easy to talk about, like all of them. But the one thing that's I will never ever forget, and I will always appreciate. You could take any one of these 4 guys and put them on any other team in my 25 years at Defiance, and they'd be probably the hardest worker in the winter workouts. And we had 4 of them. Group, and last year's group the 2013 would tell you the same thing. They set the tone of their work ethic, and that's why they all had surgeries by the time they were 21. They beat their bodies up so badly. I mean, these guys would do push-ups and put each other on their backs and do push-ups. They would do the craziest things you've ever seen. They were a core of hard working. And to their detriment, they were such a great mix with the 13 team, because of the work ethic they brought and the drive they had and their will to win, but they all had the same personality. They wanted to win so bad and hated failing so bad that we didn't have that looseness in 14 of somebody else to loosen these guys up, because these guys are grinders and they wanted to grind it. And to this day, I guarantee at their jobs right now, they're the hardest workers. There's no doubt in my mind they're the hardest workers. That's what these guys are. And like I said, I don't like to go on and on, but this group, work ethic, in the winter workouts, nothing like them, because we had them all those years. They contributed every year through their high school career.
Yeah,
So
I was
got
going to
that
say
video of me and Joe Keelan in the winter workouts.
Joe was the guy, the other worker on that group. He joined in that group. Yeah, nothing against the other guys, and you taught those guys to really work their senior year as well on that team. But yeah,
Austin, you're talking about the push-ups you guys did?
Yeah.
Was it Joe on top of you and you're doing push-ups?
Honestly, I think I was on the bottom.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Timmy, to answer your question, I was going to say the same thing about these guys. I mean, obviously, in 5 minutes, you can see their personalities they have. So they're awesome to be around. They worked harder than anyone, and and really, like Coach Held said, they were four of the biggest competitors we've had, especially of one class, and you'd see it every day in practice. And I think we brought it up in a story last week about how we always did the velo game. You got points by how hard you hit it, and I mean it was a daily occurrence that Derek would get pissed off after his round, and he'd go tearing out of the cage and go sit and pout by himself because he was pissed at how bad he did, and he knew he was going to lose to Dom or Greeny, and he was going to have to run, or then the next day it'd be Austin flying off the handle. But it's because they wanted to beat each other so bad. They'd get so mad, and it didn't matter what we were doing. That's how they were, and that's really why they were so successful.
To be fair, Coach Held definitely knew what he was doing.
He was throwing change-ups. He was throwing
I mean, we get in there. We get in there and he'd throw everyone fastballs. And I get in there, he throws me one fastball, and next thing you know, 5 changeups in a row. And I'm like, I want the fastball.
That is true. That is true, Derek.
But, I mean, in his fairness, he knew if he threw me a fastball, I would have won.
Debatable.
He got tired of seeing you win.
Debatable.
He threw you changeups.
Or he throws that wicked slider he's got.
Or he just hits you, or he just hits you on purpose.
Yeah.
That was just you.
No
Don.
velocity there. Yeah.
Right. Here, take
No
this,
extra velocity.
plunk.
I am on this Zoom, guys. I'm right here. Okay.
Hey, we don't have to worry about running polls no more.
Don't be knocking on anybody's door after the show, Tom. Just going to hit the road. All right, guys.
I want to add one more thing, Timmy.
Sure.
And I said how much they helped the 2013 team, and I said those seniors would say the same thing. But they also were a big influence on the 15 and 16 team. They taught those guys how to work. And matter of fact, that the 15 team, I was so frustrated with the 15 team that, and obviously there's not going to be a podcast for them on this type of situation, but Coach Weaver probably could echo this. We didn't think they competed. Like we get pissed off because they wouldn't compete. Like these guys competed so hard, and the 15 group was just like normal dudes, like them. And I remember because the losers always had to do something, push-ups, running, and these guys wouldn't compete against each other. And we were like struggling. And I remember we called in some seniors. I remember Boo Sierra saying, Boo played with these guys on the 14 team, started with these guys. And he goes, Coach, we do like to compete. We just don't like to beat each other like the guys before us. We just like to beat our opponents. And so we actually stopped making them run state and doing all that stuff because they didn't like that. It was a different personality. But they engraved that competitiveness and that work ethic in the winter. These 4 dudes right here.
Right. Let's hop into the state tournament run. Like these guys, Tom and Rick were saying, you guys were a big part of that. I don't know if we'll go run it down with like we did, game by game, but we're going to talk about every game. So let's start with that that sectional game. You guys beat Napoleon 7-1. You guys, Napoleon actually scored first in that game, and then you guys, they scored 1 in the first. You guys scored 2 in the first and 5 in the fifth, and you didn't have a lot of hits. Dom Romero went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, but it's always got to feel good to start the tournament off winning at home against Napoleon, doesn't it? Whoever would like to jump in with that one.
Was that a Zachary Williman performance?
Yeah, he's pretty wild from what I understood from that last podcast.
Well, we had Austin and I had the privilege of playing with him. Would have been 1 or 2 years with the River Bandits, and it was a completely different story when we got into summer ball. I mean, he took us
lights out.
He took us far. I mean, we made it all the way down to Shelby, North Carolina, the 1 year, the Legion World Series. And I mean, he really turned it on that summer, but grateful that, that was when we got, when we faced him. It was when we faced him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you guys not recall? I mean, Willman was always a good pitcher. Don't get me wrong, but he went from like throwing 80, 82, and then his senior year, he just shot out of nowhere throwing 90, like 90 plus. And it's like,
he grew like a foot too.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
I love it.
Yeah, it was always nice teasing him about it, and the Bandits, about us winning against him. It tore him up.
That was a good team. That Napoleon team. That was a good team with Fielder and Torres and
Toe.
Yeah, all those guys played Bandits with us too. Tyler Torres, I think, played left field. He was always probably one of our most consistent hitters, and then Fielder was either hit a bomb or strike out, but great catcher, and those some good battles.
Well, they actually beat us opening day, 14. Your senior year. Napoleon.
I'm assuming Zach threw. Or no, did Schnitz Paxton throw?
Yeah,
it was Zach and Lane Schnitz Paxton both threw. Lane went 5 innings, and then Zach closed. They beat us 2-1. Haycock went 5, and then Shea Smitty closed through the last inning and 2/3. They beat us 2-1. But I mean, Zach obviously still playing pro ball, and Lane Paxton had a great career at University of Toledo. So those are two pretty good pitchers. So.
Hey, who's that Shea Smitty guy you were talking about? I don't remember him.
Did he implode that game, or who took the loss in that? Yeah,
Shea did.
That's what I thought, because when Aycock came out, I think didn't he walk the bases loaded and walk the guy in or something?
I think you're right.
I think he walked the winning run in.
He went 1 1/3, 3 Ks, 3 walks, and a hit batter. I think he 3 walks. Yeah, I did. You did. Yep.
Oh,
unfortunate.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Wow.
That was his first. Well, he was a sophomore that year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have been a sophomore.
Yep.
Wow.
He never got over that outing.
I think he did.
Well, because I remember
we all know he did.
We went to Cincinnati that year, right? I mean, I don't think we got beat up like we did in 2013, but we definitely got beat up.
You remember he started against Lakota East or West, whoever we played. The wind was blowing straight out.
He
got tattooed. Remember that? He didn't want to go to dinner.
Yeah, he was all
made
sad.
2 of you guys go get him. He had to sit with me and Coach Held at dinner, and we had to tell him it's a scrimmage. Like, it's not the end of the world. You'll be fine.
I think it was him and Connor Steichman. They must have had like a bad game or something. Yeah, and I remember Connor and Shea were both pretty tore up.
That Cincinnati trip, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. We got to bond a lot, but man, it stunk going down there and getting whooped.
Just get our butts kicked.
I mean, just play against like 2 or 3 of the best Division I schools and in the state, and it's like it's our first time being on the field. It's 15 degrees, and it
was nice seeing what their practices were like because we got to practice with them.
That's true.
Was that the first time we saw that simulator thing? Like
Yeah,
a,
the hit track.
Hit track.
The hit tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was Riley Mahan a 2014 grad?
Yeah.
Oh, that kid was good.
Him and Zach Logue.
Greeny, do you remember freshman year when I threw against them?
They beat us bad, didn't they?
I don't remember what the final was, but I just remember, yeah, so he was a shortstop, maybe he pitched too, but I just remember him and then their cleanup hitter who we actually when I was at Lincoln Trail, we ran into him. His name was Zach something. He was supposed to be a high round draft pick, but I believe he got in trouble. And
Shannon.
Zach Shannon.
Yes.
So we ran into him when I was playing with Lincoln Trail, and I mean there was probably a dozen MLB scouts there, and I think he was throwing like 96 against us.
Did you think they were there to see you, Dom?
Hey, I almost got a base hit off him. I won't lie. Right fielder makes a diving play. It would have been a bases clearing triple, but whatever. Chalk it up.
Chalk it up. All right, guys, let's talk about this. Still have a hard time wrapping my head around this game. The district semifinals against Toledo Central Catholic. You guys won 1-0 and got no hit by Jake Rudnicki. He went 6, no hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 8 Ks. Robbie went 7, gave up 4 hits, no runs, 10 Ks, walked 1. You guys scored that one in the second. 2 out. The shortstop threw it away. You guys came around to score, and you guys won 1-0. I mean, you guys had to. What were you guys thinking after you guys win a game like that? I mean, you had to feel like, hey, you win one of those. Maybe we got something here or what?
Yeah, that was nuts. I do remember that game. That was a fun game. The electric of the crowd. I remember that. I remember that diving catch coming in. I was actually talking.
I was gonna bring that up.
Kewen about that. I don't know how it worked because usually as an outfielder, your first step's back. I'm sure Coach Weaves would have killed me, but as soon as it came off the bat, I mean, I just came directly in. I didn't even take a step back, just came directly in and found its way into the glove somehow.
Kept him off the scoreboard.
Yeah,
what catch was better, that one or Shawnee?
Oh, Shawnee by far. And to this day, I swear to God, it was like 4 pitches before. I could never see when Weston was throwing because of the way he finished. And yet you just magically said, hey, scoot 4 steps over or whatever. And that was the difference maker.
It's called great coaching, Green.
It is.
Every one of these guys will agree with you there, Rick. No doubt about it.
Yeah, only the outfielders, because they know how much we worked inside, right, Greeny?
Oh, right to the classroom. Right to the classroom we go.
Oh, watching them YouTube videos.
Yeah, there seemed to be a common theme with the outfielders in all these episodes.
Getting in the golf cart. Getting the flags in the outfield.
Meanwhile, we're getting pelted 120-mile-an-hour ground balls in the gym, leaving with bruises, getting yelled at.
I like to use paddles, though. We had those foam paddles. That was your protection.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Oh, even better. Not a real glove.
No gloves. We didn't use that. No gloves. No gloves.
More importantly, cup checks were my favorite. If you didn't have a cup, you were screwed.
What's crazy is like we had that, and I went to a baseball camp. I had a cousin that lived in Cincinnati, and what they do is they throw an egg in the air, and you had to catch it without it breaking in your hands. And I was one of the few that was able to pick up on that quick because of that, because you had to have soft hands. Everyone else was just having eggs cracking their hands, but that was just something that we just knew. I guess I don't know.
Once again, good coaching, right, guys?
Gotta be DT.
So, what else do you guys remember about that game? I mean, just so many people still scratching their heads in disbelief on getting no hit and winning.
I don't think we really, or maybe it was at least me. I don't think when you're in the moment, you don't really think about, oh, hey, it's the 4th inning and we're getting no hit, or like, oh, hey, it's the 6th inning and we're getting no hit. I mean, I think I found it more of a surprise, like later on, when you look at the stat sheet, or we probably talked about it as a team, or, after the game. So, but I mean, when you're wrapped up, wrapped up in the heat of the moment, and obviously we jumped on them early, so it probably didn't really feel that way because we had a 1 run cushion. And who was on the mound that game for us?
Robbie, right?
Robbie. Yep. Robbie.
And I don't know, just when you have a pitching staff like we always do historically, and especially with that 2013 team. I mean, if you got 1 run, you felt invincible. You got 1 run and you're just like, hey, they're playing with fire because we're going to add on to this eventually.
Even
which we didn't in this case.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
building off that, it almost seemed like even if we just had one more out, there was always a chance for us to rally. I mean, we just never felt like we were ever going to lose. I don't know. We always knew that we would come out on top somehow.
Well, I could be wrong. What's Coach Weaves or Held? You might have the statistic. What is it? You guys had it broken down. Like if we score 1 run, it's this percentage. But what was it? 4 or more? It was
Four more.
Four more. I mean, we didn't get to 4, obviously.
Didn't quite get there.
If we scored 4 more, and this is still to this day, from '99 to this day, with even last 2 years with Coach Weaver, like we won 95% of the games. But when we scored 3 or less, we have like it's a 50-50. That 1 run.
Wow.
That 1 run is like 50. I think we have a 51% winning percentage scoring 3 or less, and a 95 4 or more. And so that was always something that we kind of, I think you guys, we played against the game, not the team. Let's get to 4. And doesn't matter if you have to bunt in the first inning or whatever. Let's get a run right away or whatever. So, but no, you guys, that's good memory there, Greeny. Something did stick with that.
Oh,
that's
man.
good.
That's what we'd be going over in the classroom.
Yeah.
They know this stuff.
Right,
Boy, Greeny. Way to make me look good.
Attaboy,
right.
Greeny.
March Madness tournament and stats, baby. That's all we need.
There's a big game on. You better believe it.
All right, guys. So the district finals that year, you guys beat Sandusky Perkins 6-1. You guys were 1, they were 2. They only had 1 loss, just like you guys did. And Weston gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 0 walks, 5 Ks. You guys broke out 4 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. And you scored all 4 runs in the second inning with 2 outs already in the books. Derek, you had in that second inning, Derek, Austin, and Dom, you guys all had RBI singles. So, and then Austin, you went 3 for 4 with the triple. Dom 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Dom Romero went 2 for 4. It was interesting. I don't know, was it Rick or Tom? I can't remember now. I'd have to look back. But one of you guys said it just felt like once that first hit came, after your bats weren't really, you guys hadn't put anything together, all of a sudden it just broke open. What do you guys remember about that game, especially the second inning? That 4 runs with 2 outs in the books, and 3 you guys got RBI singles. It's pretty impressive. They're all.
Well,
I mean, it's kind of like what I said before. It's just like we still had 1 more out to give, and we just never. It was like we were playing with no outs. So I mean, it's just a matter of getting the bat to the ball and just get rolling.
But that's against a very good team too. Austin, do you remember anything about breaking out in that inning, or what do you remember about that game?
I don't remember much. I don't remember much. I just know when we string together hits, they just seem to fall in line after that. And definitely with the guys pitching in front of us, we always had a chance, it seemed like. And our defense was unbelievable. I mean, you look at the field, like if you look at one of those sheets and it says all the names on who's where, I would have took that team over any team I ever played on and had 100%, we were going to win this game, every game. But
that team, they made it. We talked about last year, but that was the best team we probably played in the tournament. That year they came in 27-1, and we were ranked number 1. They were ranked number 2, and we'd beaten them the year before. and over at Archbold as well in 2012, and that was going to be. They were hungry. They wanted to get us back, and you just came out and put it to them. And that was a huge win. I think, as Coach Weaver mentioned last week, that's when everything just started. After that win against Perkins, the bats just exploded, and offensively we were really good those last 4 games.
Greeny,
Yeah, 'cause the game. Oh, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Greeny, didn't Q go to Perkins?
Yeah, Quentin.
Yeah.
Quentin.
Yep.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure
Matt Clark.
yeah, yep, roomed with him in college too. Two good dudes, but yeah, man, that team, that was a really good team. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Austin.
No, I mean, you were saying what TCC was the game before that, right?
Yeah.
And we got no hit, and then next thing you know, it's like, all right. And how many innings was it in the Perkins game before we start stringing together those hits?
It was the second inning. You guys had 2 outs in the second inning, and Joe Key in this order: Joe Keeman RBI single, Derek Turner RBI single, you RBI single, and Dom RBI single. So,
Wow.
Yeah,
all with 2 outs.
huge.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So, and then we talked about this last week, but moving on to the regionals, and don't want to say anything derogatory. I don't know bad about these teams, but it wasn't the district. You guys came out and beat the the crap out of Holy Name 15-1 in 5 innings. I mean, Ethan Willitzer got to pitch in that game, and we were laughing about that. So,
My God.
Only because he was dating the coach's daughter.
yeah, you guys broke it open with 6 in the second, and you guys scored 6 in the fifth. Austin, you were 2 for 4 with the triple, 2 RBIs. Dom, 2 for 3, 3 runs. Derek, you were 1 for 3 with a double and 2 runs. And I mean, you guys just put it on him. Robbie, he went 4, gave up 2 hits and a run, struck out 8. I mean, it wasn't close. You guys remember about going to Tiffin and just beating the crap out of Holy
That
Name?
wasn't the rain delay, right? That was the next day.
That was the next day. Yep.
Yeah, I don't recall too much.
I just remember that game feeling, after we got done with districts, I just remember that game feeling like, hey, we're back to normal. The district games were, some tough games. But like, that 15-1 or that 10-0, that short game, that 5-inning game that we saw all the time in, 2012, 2013. That just kind of felt like we were okay, like we're okay, like everything's going to be okay.
Was that the team that came in like the Greyhound, or was that the next game?
No, that was them.
That was
Grandview,
right?
No, it was Holy Name showed up.
Oh, it was Holy Name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember them showing up in a really nice bus, and we just got our city schools bus off to the side, like, check out.
I probably could have sat down in the outfield and picked daisies. I don't even know if a ball left the infield.
That was almost every game, Greeny. In 2013, you probably didn't see a lot out there.
Yeah, there wasn't much going out there.
Yeah, I think they checked the stats. You had those 2 great catches, and that was it for the whole year, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I think I fumbled one in the state title game, like in the 7th, when Weston started getting hit around a little bit. I was pretty shocked the ball made its way out to center.
Coach Held or Coach Reeves, I think you guys had mentioned it last episode, that like one of those coaches, either in the regional semis or finals, they made like a statement like in the newspaper about, I don't know if it was the one that was made in the newspaper or if the coach told you this afterwards, like after the game, but they essentially said like, yeah, like when you guys rolled out of the bus up onto the field, like it looks like we were playing a men's slow pitch softball team.
That was Granville's coach.
Did he say that to the newspaper?
He said that in the paper. And he goes, and then after the second inning, and he said something like, it looked like a men's slow pitch softball team, the balls they were hitting. And I sent our kids home because I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and have them watch this for a whole 7 innings. Yeah.
Wow. That's still wild.
And we had some giants, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. You
We
get
had
Robbie, DT, Westo.
Me,
Alex Smith.
me.
Yeah, Jake.
No, he's not.
Hey,
He's our
hey,
he's our bat boy. Don't worry about little Jacob
Yeah,
Green.
Oh
That's
man.
some good stuff. Yeah, so the 2-day regional final, like you were saying, Jake, you guys beat Granville 4-0. Weston started, went 4, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 Ks, and then Robbie came in and pitched the last 3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 6 Ks. You guys scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the sixth. Uh, in the sixth, you had a home run, Austin. So there's the one there. I don't know if you remember that or not, but you finished 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and 2 runs. Dom 1 for 3 with a double, and obviously regional champions. You guys won 4-0, beat Granville. What do you guys remember about that 2-day affair and getting to go to state?
I think the one thing I remember, I think Greeny got blown away trying to hold the tarp.
Yeah, dude, that was unbelievable. Those winds were high.
Oh, yeah,
All I
we did.
remember was they did our laundry. Somebody did our laundry as a whole, and we got it back in like this giant black garbage bag, and they smelled horrendous.
Because they didn't wash them. They just dried them.
Oh,
They were,
dude, it was
I mean,
bad.
for a regional final, and we have to put the tarp on the field. So our kids are soaked. And then they wanted to start it back up. We're like, we're not playing. Like, they're soaked. And so they're like, oh, we'll go dry them. And you're right. They brought them back, but they stunk like, and then another rain came in that washed it out anyway. But yeah, they wanted us to play in soaking uniforms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think Austin Aycock's ball. I remember a specific. I think Ewell's parents were sitting out in left field, and I think his home run ball landed right in their chair.
Yeah, in the chair. I do remember that.
Right in their chair.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys have the same reaction that the seniors from last week, where they're like, "Yeah, well, we won regionals. We're going to state." You guys are like, "Yeah, yeah." I mean, like, you're going to state, and you guys are like, "What the heck's going on?" Right? Like,
Yeah, I do recall not dogpiling. I do remember that. And I remember not. We just shook hands, and that was it.
Yeah, on to the next one.
Well, we're going to bring in a special guest right now to the show, so
Don't boo him.
Oh,
Now I'm curious.
Jason, welcome to the show.
oh
Hey.
boy.
Be nice tonight, guys.
I gotta get off, guys. I gotta get off now.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. We're still reliving past glories. We're talking about last year's tournament run before we get to the WBL. So you can ride along with us if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. I'll sit. I enjoy these, so go ahead, man.
Very, very good. Well, we just got through the regional championship, and now we're on to the state semis. June 7th at Huntington Park. You guys beat Akron Hoban 5-1. Robbie went 7, 6 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 14 Ks. Scored 4 in the first. Hoban 1 in the third, and then you guys 1 in the fifth. I mean, we talked about the big hit was Westo's triple off the wall, and I can still see his face after he hit it. What do you guys remember about winning that game and getting to play at Huntington Park?
I remember that being an absolute missile.
It came all the way back to the infield almost.
Literally almost like first base.
Hey, you
I
know
thought he was
it's
going to get thrown out at second.
Yeah. Westo might have needed that a little bit, but
Didn't Joe Kewen hit about the same ball and only get a single? I'm pretty sure Joe hit one off the wall and got a single.
No, I think you are right. I do remember that. I think Joe was sleeping last week when we talked about this game. That's why
I
he didn't
know.
bring
He's
it up.
laying in bed. I saw it. It looks like a bum.
Who looked more like a bum, him or Robbie?
Yeah, that beard is something, huh?
yeah.
I just remember the crowd, man. It was like a wave of blue and the energy that was coming from them. And, you look back and it was like, wow. It was a loud game. Both those games were loud.
First inning, Austin, when they were warming up and you're saying on deck circle, and I always give you a fist bump, and you're like, I think I'm gonna puke. I think I'm gonna puke.
He went
You're fine.
He went two for
You're
three
fine.
in that game.
Take
That
a deep
happened
breath.
before the
You'll be
Granville home
fine.
run I had.
You did a couple of different times.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And Tiffin and in Columbus, didn't you?
Yep. Right before that. Yep. Right after the rain delay, I was like the first batter, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. And that's when I hit that homer. I was throwing up in the trash can, and I went out there and hit like the first pitch, I think.
Wasn't your walk up all year then became the actual walkout, I think, for the state.
The state, yeah.
Yeah.
That gave me chills. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet.
I mean, we all played so much baseball growing up, but it was just we've never played an atmosphere like that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got to play again. Obviously, there was some rain down there that year, and we're talking about Dace Keim got drafted by the Indians that day, and you guys had that last game. You guys beat Jonathan Alder 8-2. Weston took a perfect game into the sixth. He had 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 15 Ks. It was a 0-0 game through 4 innings. You guys scored 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. And Alder got both of their runs in the 7th, like you were saying, Jake, when they started hitting Weston at that time. But
if I remember right, didn't Derek have the leadoff hit and hit their 6th? Didn't you have the first hit? Little rocket to short, right?
Yeah, I think it was. It might have actually been. I don't know which hit it was, but I mean, I hit that thing so hard on the ground. I mean, it was a terrible swing. Terrible swing. I just remember thinking to myself, like, I made contact.
It was like when Coach Held threw you a changeup. Except you hit this one. You never hit his changeups.
If I remember right, I think I was struggling going into the tournament because I used to hit behind Zig, and I think when I went into the tournament, I hit 9, the 9 holes.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I got a question. Whoever was on that broadcast, like, do we know who broadcasted the game? Like, are we
the TV?
Are we friends with? Are we cool with them? Like, is that
Wellston?
We don't know who they were.
I mean, first off, they were calling Weston a wrong name the entire time. Then they're talking about the perfect game, and I'm just like, you can't do that,
right?
Like that's the golden rule, you know what I mean? Or that's a cardinal sin. Like you can't talk about it and then boom, what do you know?
That's what happened.
Yeah. So in that 5th inning when you guys scored 4, Austin, you had a 2-out, 2 RBI single that scored Robbie and Dom, and then Dom Romero followed it up with a 2-out RBI single. You went 2 for 5 with 2 runs in that game. Derek, you went 2 for 4, and you guys finished 31-1 and brought home the state championship. What a season, huh?
I think one of those hits I had was that bunt that went to first base, and no one was there.
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah. I watched it last night, and that's exactly right. Beautiful.
Was it the semifinals or the state finals? I think somebody, Acock, or who led off? Was it Adam?
No, Austin. Austin was lead off.
So did Austin get on and then Dom get doubled up?
I don't want to talk about it. I can't remember. I played so bad that semifinal game looking back at it, and that's exactly what happened. So Austin gets on, you know what I mean? Like perfect scenario, we're rolling. And usually Austin got on a lot, and I would almost always at least try to take one pitch, and you were running right away. If it was a ball, maybe I'd take another pitch to give you a chance to get to second, so then I could try to bump for a hit. And I don't know if it was it must have been like a hit and run, I'm guessing, and I just didn't execute. I mean, Austin was already standing on second.
Yeah.
Did it make me throw my card at you?
Oh, you tossed that thing in the air all the time, dude. That was awesome.
No, you usually just yelled at me and just told me, "Don't throw it. Hold it, keep it."
I remember the state semis telling you not to throw it, and it went into the bullpen down the right field line.
Dom, when did you have surgery, Dom, on your shoulder?
It would have been after my junior summer, so right before senior.
Okay,
Which
I
was-
remember what you couldn't play infield until you threw 80 across the diamond or something.
It might not even been 80. Coach Held might have gave me a break, and it might have been like 70 or 75.
When did you wear earrings to practice and get thrown out and sent back home?
Those were magnetic, right?
First off, I do remember that story. It wasn't a practice. It was a summer workout. And I remember me and all my friends, like the night before, 2 nights before, we were just like, hey, let's all get our ears pierced. And so I remember coming to the summer workout, like with like Whistler and those guys. I think that was that time. Maybe it wasn't. But I was like, oh, I'm cool. I have these little clear, like these clear plastic ones. Like you can't even see them. Like there's no way. I remember getting out of the far parking lot, like over by like Coletta's, and Coach Held's already saying, nope. He was like, you're either going to take those out or you're going to go home. And I remember him and I just got into a big argument, and thankfully he let me stay, and I think I got my way and I was able to keep them in, and then I had to like take them out like the next day or something.
He doesn't notice anything, but from 300 feet away, you can see your earlobe shining.
It was crazy. I literally got out of the car and he was already just shaking his head, and I'm like, shit.
Oh, that's funny stuff.
Jason, I would love for you to jump in here. I mean, you guys were coming off a season. You guys were state runners up. You had a great team back. What do you remember about that 2013 Defiance team? Obviously, they hell of a game in the league, and then these guys make a run to state. Yeah,
that's Coach Brandt about before he gets to talk about the 2014. Let's talk about the 2013 game.
Well, to reiterate from last week, Robbie was throwing 95 in the 7th inning.
Yep.
I remember that.
Joe went crazy when I forwarded him your text.
Yeah, I just remember that game. I think it was, like we said, it was 1-0 at our place. Johnny Crawford versus Rob Ziegler. Probably the best high school pitching performance between two guys that I've seen in a long, long time. I know, talking to Tom and Rick, how Rob had really circled the loss from the year before in the regionals to come after us. And I mean, he was phenomenal. I mean, we've seen phenomenal pitchers, probably every time we've played Defiance, but that day was like something special. And that performance from him, I mean, take nothing away from Johnny, but Rob was just lights out that day. 1-0, like we said, just a great high school game. I think the couple of years previous is when you stole like 4 dozen baseballs from our elementary.
When the school was under construction.
But yeah, it was the 2013 game, one of the best WBL games probably that I've been a part of. I can attest to that. I mean, it's hats off to everything that Tom and Rick and all the players up there have accomplished over the years, and at Wapak we look forward to playing Defiance every year. Kind of our rivalry, I think, that our rival that kind of grew from early on until now, but the friendships that with Tom and Rick and all the coaches up there have been great. So it's great to compete against friends, and it's really great when you can compete every year like that. So if we could have those every year, that would be awesome.
Well, I always enjoy talking to you after games. You were great before and after, so I appreciate that. Yeah.
Feeling when we sent the guy over the fence, it might have been one of these 4 guys. Did you guys remember hopping the fence when they had the construction zone at Wapak? You remember that? That might not have been
I think it was probably 2010, because I think that was
2010.
Okay. 2011 was our first year in the elementary. So
okay, that's what it was.
I don't know where it was at. I do recall Nick Vittorio not locking underneath the bus, and we lost that bucket of baseballs or something.
That was another time.
That was a great story for sure.
At Eastwood.
Eastwood.
What Jason's talking about with the balls was the JV game went long, and they played a different location at Wapak, and That year he was talking. Our game went pretty quick, and we were waiting. We already got done eating. We had nothing to do. We were waiting for the JV bus to come, and they had a construction zone, and every ball hit. And Jason was talking about the game. I goes, well, we're gonna have to have all kinds of game balls because we aren't allowed to go in the construction zone and get the ball. So we got like I don't know how many game balls. We're going through balls like crazy, and so. After the game, I got bored. They said, "Hey boys, anybody want to jump that fence and see how many balls you can get in the construction zone?" We got quite a few of them.
I was going to say it had to have been close to 2 dozen, and some may have not even been in more than 3 pitches. I mean, they were like brand new. It was crazy.
Yeah, we know how Coach Held is with those balls, man. After practice, you're missing one ball. That's a ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Just open up his trunk. He's got enough for a few years for sure.
He'll be the first to swipe them too, so you got to keep an eye on him.
Right, so you guys ready to jump into 2014 and talk about the WBL games?
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's do it. All right. So you guys open up the year April 18th at home against Shawnee. You guys won 5-1. Winning pitcher Austin Hancock, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 8 Ks. That was win number 69 in the league. You guys had 4 errors, but you finished with 8 hits. You scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fifth. Garrett Sierra, 2 for 2, 2 runs. Jacob Green, 2 for 3. And like everyone else, what do you guys remember about opening the WBL season in 2014? Probably nothing. But here we go. What?
Man, it felt good to swing a bat, man. It's been like 2 years since I've swung a bat.
Did you watch last week's episode? I mean, they were talking about how great of a hitter you were. I mean, how every center fielder hits leadoff, and
Yeah, I take no
power
credit away. Austin Yant was a great hitter. I mean, he was a great hitter. I mean, Coach Held and Coach Weaves knew what they were doing. If I was in to hit, you already know I was laying down a bunt.
We'd have back to back bunts. It'd be like 5 hitters in a row between like Green, Austin, Shafe, me, sometimes Dom.
Yeah, we could string together some bunts. That's for sure. Yeah, we could have probably all bunted 1 through 9.
That was back in Booster Field. That was the original field where I swear that third base line kind of guided them towards the fair territory.
I wonder who the field
we
keeper was.
We spent a long Saturday one day messing with that.
Better bunting team we were a lot better bunting team on grass than we were on turf. I can tell you that.
I remember that story. I kept hearing that story about Coach Held, and he told a ball to stop, and it stopped. Just right there in its tracks.
I command you.
Unfortunately, when he's golfing, the ball doesn't listen to him like that.
No, it does not. Not at all. Not at all.
All right, before we move on, anything else anybody wants to say about that game?
That was a good start.
Yeah. So that was April 8th. You guys didn't have your second league game until April 17th at home against Bath. You guys won 4-0. Winning pitcher Austin Hancock, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. Derek Turner, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. You guys scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. And I was looking at the story. I see Tom over there looking at it. Bath had the leadoff man on base 6 times in that game and didn't score.
Holy moly.
Which is crazy. Yeah, Austin Hancock, 2 for 4, 2 RBI. Tyler Weaver, 2 for 3 double. Jimmy Bauer, 2 for 2. And that was win number 70 in the streak. What do you guys remember about beating Bath? Because Bath was,
I remember that game because that's when
Coach Brandt will remember.
Gossard, right?
Yeah. Was that a Gossard game?
That team. That was a good Bath team.
Yeah, that was.
Team. That was Colin Gossard and Cam. Who were those other guys on that team? They were 8-1 when we beat them.
That was Terrence Sullivan, right?
Sullivan was on that team, I think, pitching. Who else they have? Coach Brandt, do you remember the other guys on that team? Cam Clark, Eric Hefner. That was a really good Bath team.
Hey,
did you beat
Coach Brandt? Hey, Jason.
You beat them?
We beat them 20-10 in a slugfest during regular season, and
20-10.
20-10. And then I think we had Chase Culver had 9 RBIs that game because the wind was blowing straight out there at their place.
Holy
And
cow.
then we had to score, I think, 2 in the bottom of the 7th to beat them, or in the top of the 7th to beat them in the district finals that year. They were legit. They had 3 arms that were really good, and then just guys that could put the ball in play all day long.
Team, really good team.
Derek, Dom, Austin, or Jake, anything you guys want to say about that one?
How many walks did Gossard have? Do you have that in front of you, Coach Held?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't have that.
So Colin went that game. He went 4 innings. We got to him. We knocked him out. 4 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 Ks. Then the others was Luke Nibel, and Sullivan. Nibel and Sullivan. Sullivan was a really good basketball player. Heck of a basketball player. Went on to Finley and had a great career. But he was an upper 80s guy on the mound.
I remember him and Gossard could sling it.
Sullivan would have been a 95 guy if he was a baseball guy. If he would have kept on going, because he was kind of a late bloomer and everything. But yeah, and Colin Gossard was a stud too. That was a good team. Very.
All right, guys. Moving on. April 22nd at Salina. You guys won 8-2. Winning pitcher, Austin Hancock, 7 innings, 6 hits. I don't know what happened to the rest of my my stats there, but I just kind of stopped.
I got you.
think
2
I might have
runs.
gotten a phone call. Go ahead.
7 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, 8 Ks.
I think I got a phone call when I was writing that down. And then I came back to it. All right, you guys scored 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 2 in the 7th. Win number 71, you guys had 7 hits. Garrett Sierra, 1 for 2, double, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Derek Turner, 1 for 4 with a double, and Shea Smitty, 1 for 2 with a double. It was always fun playing over on the turf at Salina, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely not in the summer. It was hot. Yeah. But
yeah, Austin had a heck of a changeup. I mean, that changeup was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was a curveball.
Best pitcher in the family, right, Austin?
No.
Best player in the family?
I was a good infielder, maybe.
Whatever. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, he was the best. And he was, I guarantee, I tell you what, I don't care if Justin's watching that. You were the best baseball player in the family. May not have been the pitcher, but you were the best baseball player in that family.
I appreciate that, guys.
And Justin will tell you the same thing.
You know what I even just with these first couple of games, I find interesting, and Coach Weaves and Coach Held and Tim, you guys have mentioned it pretty much every other episode, but just how underclass, well, I guess they'd be juniors, but the underclassmen, they step up big time, in some of our senior years. You just hear, so, some juniors or sophomores that, are constantly being named. And I think that's just a testament to, next guy up. And when you're called upon, your time is now.
That's a great point, Dom, because we were talking about last episode, you guys, your names were all over that episode. So, all right, so here's a fun one. I hope you guys remember this one. April 25th at OG, you guys won 2-1 in 12 innings. 27 total base runners stranded in that game. Winning pitcher Austin Hancock, 3 1/3. 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Derek, obviously you started this one. 8 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 6 Ks. You guys scored 1 in the 5th and obviously 1 in the 12th. OG scored their 1 in the 6th. In the 5th, Austin, you had an RBI single that scored Shea Smitty. In the 12th, Jacob, you scored on an error. Garrett Sierra sack bunt attempt. OG catcher threw the ball into right field. That allowed you to score from second for the winning run. And I wrote down that OG threatened in the 12th, but didn't score. Jake, you went 2 for 4, and Jimmy Bauer 2 for 4 in that win, which was win number 72. And if you do the math, if you guys play 9 games, WBL games a year, that's exactly 8 straight years of winning games. What do you guys remember about that one? That's a wild one.
What's that?
Go
Yeah, you
ahead.
can go,
Who's
Weez.
that, Dommy?
No, you can go, Weez.
How's it
Go
always
ahead.
got to be me talking? That's
Because
messed
I
up,
know
Coach
if anyone's
Weez.
talking, it's Dominic.
Okay.
You guys remember who pitched? You remember who pitched for OG?
Yeah, Schimler.
Yeah, Schimler or something. Yeah,
He went 10 innings.
I do remember that.
Yep, he went the full 10 and gave up run, 5 hits, 12 Ks, 1 walk.
Well,
Like he was
He had 12
dealing.
Ks.
Yes.
I don't think he was overpowering. I don't think was he was just crafty, wasn't he?
Well, he went to UC. He was an upper 80 guy.
that's a Defiance performance against Defiance.
Unless he was a junior. Coach Brandt, was he a junior? Coach Weaver, was he a junior that year, or was he a senior? I think his best year was his senior year. I think.
I don't remember. I do remember. I remember
Actually, in the
things.
article, it was a senior because in the article it says UC commit Tanner Schimler. Yeah, so it was his senior year. Then
I'm pretty sure the wind was blowing straight in. I think it was a really windy day. It was blowing straight in. The other thing I can remember is I remember Tyler was catching. He never caught. I don't know if Gage was hurt. One of the extra innings, they had a guy on third with 2 outs. And I'll never forget, obviously you remember more when it's your kid, but it was a ball in the dirt that hit his shin guards and kicked all the way to our dugout. And I remember thinking, this streak's going to end because my damn kid can't block a ball. And the guy on third never went. Like, he didn't see the ball.
Really?
I mean, he would have walked home. And then we got the out and ended up winning.
So Tyler caught that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he caught.
I think Gage was dealing with like a pinch
Shoulder.
He must have been, because Tyler normally DH'd.
He didn't have a pinch, didn't he? Like he missed a couple games. Like
he must have been hurt or something. I do remember that.
I remember coming around third and Coach Held, I thought his arm was going to fall off because he was swinging so hard. I mean, this guy was jumping. I think he was at home plate with me when I scored.
If you look at the paper, he's actually sliding in ahead of you. He did it perfect, too. His hands are up just like he taught you in the gym.
Yeah, he was right there. He was a couple steps away from the plate. I think we were running down the line together.
Trust me, that arm was fresh. 12 innings and 1 run. That baby was ready to go. Let's go!
Oh, every time you'd run around third base or around second base, and Coach would be like, "Go, go!"
It didn't even matter if it was. It could have been a close play, and you shouldn't have been running. He was swinging his arm, sending you, no matter
stop
what.
You 2 feet away,
and then right when you rounded the base, he would just whoa.
Yeah, because that's what happened to I think it was in 2013. I think Boo was up. It might have been the TCC game. Somebody hit one to the right side, and Boo was on second, and Coach Held was swinging, for Boo to come home. And Austin looked up rounding second, and he just saw Coach Held swinging. So Austin's coming in hot to third. Well, Coach Held stopped Boo, and now we got 2 guys at third. Like, oh boy,
right?
Oh boy.
I think I got a rundown.
I'm sure Austin got a general medal for that.
Yep.
The only time I did that, I got 2 guys stranded at third by doing this because I'd always forget about that damn trailing runner. I just kept on that lead runner.
Derek, I'd love for you to jump in here. You went 8 2/3 in that game. Like, you're just sitting over there like, yeah, that's what I did.
Yes.
Like, what do you remember? I mean, holy cow.
I don't know. I just never wanted – see, when I pitched, I never wanted to come out. It don't matter if I threw 8 innings, had 8 walks. I never wanted to come out. I mean, but, I don't know. It's just something I really love to do, and it just seemed natural at the time.
You pitched a heck of a game. I gave Schimler too much credit because you ended up beating him. I mean, Austin got the W, but you won 8 2/3 there and shut down. That was a good team, too. OG was – at that point, was undefeated in the league. They were 5-0 in the league at that point, or 4-0 or 5-0 in the league. So that was a good team too. The league was so good. God, the league was. What did Coach Brandt, WBL over the years? Just my God. Every game there's a D1 pitcher we're facing. There's there's so many good teams.
So, Jason, before we get to the next game, which is April 29th, I got
think
I
so.
gotta ask you because we were talking about the year that you guys, they got you twice in the sixth inning and went to state in 10, and you got them back in 12, and but I mean when you think about one team in the league as good as the league was all these years, I mean, can you put together in your mind that Defiance put together a 72 game win? I mean, basically an 8-year win streak in that league, which was, I mean, so many close games and big games and just unbelievable.
I mean, to go 72 is unbelievable. But I think, the league was strong then, but I think after that run, the league has been even more phenomenal. It's been more, I don't know, maybe more like spaced out amongst the teams that have gotten better. And I credit that to the guys there at Defiance, because if you wanted to compete, you had to beat them. And they put in a ton of work year after year, and I mean, like you said, to win 8 straight years of league games is unreal. And to me, like, that's one of those unbreakable records. Now, I don't know how a team could do that, because I think in the last 4 years, I mean, Rick, what did you guys go last year in the league?
We were 9-0 last year.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's like the longest streak right now, probably in the last
Right.
8 or 9
Because
games.
we both had a loss the year before.
Yeah, and I mean the year before that, I think we went 9-0. But it's really weird how nowadays, like, you might have some teams go 9-0, but you're not going to have that happen, I don't think, for 8 straight years. The pitching has gotten so much better in the league, from top to bottom. Every team has at least one, if not 2 or 3 arms. And the hitting may not be as good as it was 10 years ago, but it might be the pitchers too, that have gotten so much better as well. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal streak, and one that I don't think is going to be touched while I'm still coaching. I know that for a fact.
You're not going to be around for 8 or 9 more years.
Probably not. But yeah, so it is a phenomenal streak. I mean, you don't see that happening in any other sports in the WBL, where teams have gone undefeated for that many years in a row. Maybe OG girls basketball. I don't know what their longest stretch was, but honestly, like, it's just a phenomenal feat. And, hats off to everybody up there.
Well, from 2010 to 2020 in the WBL was represented in Columbus 7 of the 10 years. I memean, the WBL was the best D2 league in the state of Ohio. I mean, there's not even an argument. Now there's 7 divisions. So and the thing is, for the most part, what's so awesome about the WBL is, usually of the 10 teams, 8 of us were D2 every year. I mean, there'd only be and even the 2 that weren't were D2 at times. Like Bath has been 3 a lot, but they were 2 at times. Kenton has been 3 and 2. OG has been 2 and 3, but all 10 teams have been Division 2 in that period of time, and that's what makes this league so awesome. And not just baseball, but the whole works. And that's why, as long as Coach Beauty is here, Defiance will stay in the WBL. It scares me when he leaves, that we might jump leagues, and that would just be a travesty in my mind, because what a great league.
And that was kind of, what you're talking about, but that's the other thing too, was even in the regular season battles we'd have with Wapak, you always knew in the back of your mind, like, oh God, we're going to have to face them again. We're going to have to meet up with the tournament, and it's going to be the same. A lot of times you have one of those big league wins, you're like, thank God we don't have to see them again. But with Wapak, it's always like, oh God, we're going to run into them in regionals. We're going to have to beat them again. And obviously a couple times we didn't. But that's, like you guys are saying, that's how good the league was. The league's just, it's always been good. And you try to tell other teams or coaches in the state how good of a Division II baseball league it is. And I don't think people really understand until you get in the grind of playing a season and seeing how good everyone is in this league.
All right, so here we go, guys. April 29th at home against Wapakoneta. The streak ends with a 4-2 loss, with the game called with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. There was a 45-minute delay for lightning. And when that hit, Garrett Serra was on second with 1 out. Or he was on first, and then there was a wild pitch that moved him to second following delay. And then it was apparently raining, lightning again, suspended at 7:30.
I think
There's
the lightning.
only one person
The lightning
saw
was
that
3
lightning.
counties away. It was like
There's
on the
only
other side of
one
Ohio.
coach. One person saw that lightning. That's it.
There's
Somehow we canceled the game on
Man.
one person claiming there's lightning.
Was that you, Jason?
I think Tom, like I saw like some hair like start smoking when it about hit.
and so there's lightning suspended at 7:30. Wait until 8:15. It was still raining, and then the game was called at 8:30. And that's baseball, right? It couldn't last
Baseball.
forever, and it ended with the weather coming in. And
I
and the
remember
thing is,
Josh Biederstadt was the home plate umpire, and Tom and I kept trying to convince him, let's wait it out. And he's like, it's a Tuesday night. Walpock has over an hour to go. I'm not going to keep these boys here this late to finish this game. And we tried our darndest to
They made the right
wait it
call.
out.
Yeah, they made the right call. It was the conditions were going to be horrible, and it just the problem is the bad part has nothing to do. Walpock beat us, no doubt about it. The bad part was a couple of years earlier that as we were down at Bath, the same situation happened, and I know Coach Rube was coaching at Bath. Might have been 3 or 4 years earlier. And we had the lead, and it was like the 5th or 6th inning. And we didn't know at that point if it was we had to finish the game or not. And we both thought you should. A league game should be a suspended game. It should not be a regular and we find out that day or that night we both got on the call. We got a hold and they go, no, it's an official game. And Coach Rube was ticked off, and I don't blame him because it was a 1-run game. So we as coaches, Coach Brandt was part of this in our ADs meeting, we'd meet for these, and all the coaches proposed to start making it all league games are suspended games. You have to finish the game. Obviously, if you're the team behind and it's like 9-0 in the 7th, you can just say, we're not coming back. That's okay. And all the coaches, 10 zip. Principals made decisions. No, we're going with OHSAA rules. And that's a regular game is 4.5 or 5 innings. So
We should go to OHSA rules for a tournament.
There's a lot of leagues that have they finish the games because the league has their own rule to finish the game, and that's once it happened to us then, but it's happened to other teams that fell into the exact same thing later. But I want to ask Coach Brandt. So was it discussed like when you guys were preparing that we had a streak or not?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't recall that even now. I think we knew it was a long streak going on, but I don't think we knew how long it was.
Right.
Because social media was just kind of, starting out there and, it was just one of those things. We knew that you guys hadn't been beaten a while. But, it was, like you said, one of those games that, like we talked about as coaches, everybody voted that we should do it, but like we said, some things don't always get accomplished what the coaches want. And, but yeah.
So from what I read in the article, Defiance had 3, 4, 5 coming up to the plate in that inning.
Sure did.
And then I wrote down a little note here to say, ask Tom what he said in the paper. So what did you say, Tom, after the game?
Jason Brandt's a douchebag, I think.
I can't believe he didn't want to play it out.
What did I say? I don't know. Nothing bad. I was part of the game. I just remember there was somewhere I read got to come back out that second time, we were going to bunt because the grass was so wet.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, there was. I can't find the exact thing, but I just
Yeah.
said that we knew our best chance was it was wet out there. We were going to bunt and make the play, and see what happens. But yeah.
So winning pitcher that game, Chase Culver, 6 1/3, 5 hits.
He did
2
us
runs,
dirty a
3
couple
runs,
of times.
Oh, he always.
Man.
4 Ks. And then
He
the
had
losing
our
pitcher,
number.
Austin Hancock, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Wapak had 7 hits and Defiance had 5. Austin, you went 2 for 4, and Wes Detter went 2 for 3.
I will
So-
say, I remember this. When I got home, I had a text from Alex Knopfsinger, and all it said was, I always knew Wapak was going to be the one to do us dirty. That's all his text said.
Yeah. Well, if there's one team that you don't mind losing to, it's Wapak. That's for sure, because that was a rival. I mean, they're our rival, but the respect our players have had for Wapak over the years, and Coach Brandt, just like he said, it's been a great rivalry and a lot. They play the game the right way, and so when you lose to a good team that's better that day, and not just that day, because they've had a lot of seasons that were better than us too. So, but it was all good.
And Jason, you guys ended up making a huge run this year, didn't you?
Yeah, we got. I mean, it was after we graduated, like 13 seniors a year before, but we knew we had Chase on the hill. He was really good. I mean, he went to Northern Kentucky, and like we got to the regionals. Got beat by Brian that year in the regionals, in the regional semis. But yeah, it was a good year for us. I will say though, back to that game, during both delays, it never rained one time. But the second Chase went back on the hill, the floodgates opened, and I remember the first pitch going off the backstop. And then I think the very next batter did bunt, and Chase fell on his butt. And, it didn't rain, like I said, for an hour and a half, but we were delayed. And then
That's right.
It just poured, and we knew you were going to bunt every single time. And you came out and said it, but, like you were going to make us make the play. And on those conditions, I don't think we'd have made a single play. Because it was slick as all get out.
It was slick, and it wouldn't stop lightning. That was the thing.
Well, we go
every time
have that 30-minute, and we get like 25 minutes and get ready to go.
Then you get another.
There's another 30 minets, and yeah, I do remember that. Then it started. You're right, Jason. Then it started raining when we actually got back out there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get. Then the rain hit us. Yep.
So
what do you guys remember?
Yeah, the players jump in here. What do you guys remember about this?
Who was our top 4? Haycock, did you hit 1 or 2?
I think 1.
I can't remember
And
if
then
I
I think
batted
you
in
were
the
3.
nine.
I think you were about to be the one to
was
bunt.
was
It was
Boo?
me,
So
Boo,
Boo
you,
was
I
2,
think.
and then DT. Were you?
I was 3 or 4. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I think I was in the 9 hole.
We know where you were, Jake. That wasn't the question.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I forgot what our order was.
Yeah, I just remember it being like an extremely dark day. As soon as that game was called, I mean, it was dark out.
It was dreary. It was a miserable night.
I just remember it being like a dark day. I remember all those years that have went by, the streak, it was over. I remember Coach out yanking us into that little shed behind the dugout, and I was like, what is going to happen?
Did he beat you?
No, he just gave us a stern talking. Very stern talking.
Yeah, I never felt so guilty in my life.
Yeah, that was.
It was just one of those things where so many times growing up, all the way through our baseball career, we'd somehow figure out a way to get runs, and it was just one of those days that nothing clicked at all. And it was just nothing, but it was a hard game to be a part of because, you like I said before, we still had 2 outs to give. We still thought that we could win, but Mother Nature had the last word on that one.
Good. And I've said forever, the one pitcher that gives us fits is the one with a really good changeup. And Chase had a really, really good changeup. And that was in 2012 when he stymied us, and then in 14 when his changeup was working, he was really, really good.
I remember seeing him at a wedding. It would have been a couple years after we graduated, and we talked about the game. It was just like, gosh, you got us, dang it.
You should have called all of us for backup, Derek.
I know. It was one of those things where you saw him across the room, and you're like, man, I don't know if I should go talk to him or not.
I got to ask this question because I think, losing the streak the way you guys did, that's a tough day against a really good pitcher. And I don't know how good St. Mary's was. But
then you lose the next one.
Yeah, you guys went out and lost the next one at St. Mary's 7-3 or something like that. Was that just kind of like a hangover of losing the streak?
We played terrible. I do remember that. I remember
I almost threw hands with Dom. Me and Dom got after it in the dugout.
We almost got into a fight that game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow. That was one of the most pathetic pitching performances I ever had in my life. That was tough.
Didn't like 5 guys from St. Mary's that year hit like over 500? Like they were actually really, really good, weren't they?
They were, according to this, they were 14-4 when we played them.
So I was going to say St. Mary's has always been good.
I mean, if I remember right, I think I gave up 7 runs in like 3 innings. I mean, it was bad.
Oh, they had that Fitzgerald kid. That dude could freaking hit. He was a good football player, wasn't he? Fitzgerald, and then they had the Gross kid, Mason Gross, Zach Wilker.
He played at Defiance College with me and Greeny.
Yeah, Mason's back at St. Mary's helping coach. I just saw him 2 weekends ago at the state clinic.
Yeah, I remember that kid. Yeah.
So
that wasn't our.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that wasn't.
I don't know who was coaching that.
What wasn't our best.
That was Weaves
that at
coaching.
St. Mary's?
Weaves was calling
St.
pitches
Mary's,
again.
That was a game we let Coach Weaves call the pitches, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That makes sense.
I could be wrong. I think when we got back off the bus that night, I think Coach Held called us up to the stadium, the seniors, and he's like, what do we need to fix? Like what do we need to change to get back on track? And I think we eventually did obviously get back on track a little bit, but that was some 2 rough games back to back.
I thought we were going to go on a 72-game losing streak after that
one. Well, getting to the dates here. So the last loss before the streak started was April 28th, 2006, Adelaide to Brooksmore. And then the first loss, or the loss that ended the streak, April 29th, 2014, at home against Chase Culver. So it was not only was it, I mean, you look at 8, but it was almost to the day 8 straight years of
It's crazy. Baseball. And then you look at the 2 guys that started it, whatever, the losers, Brooksmore and Chase, both unbelievable baseball players. Brooks was drafted out of high school and Chase was a Division I pitcher. So it's not like you sit here and be like, oh, how do we lose that to some guy throwing 70? We lost to legit dudes. I mean, and we've talked for now 9 episodes of how many times we could have lost, how many times we pulled them out. And in that league, like we just said, to win 72 straight is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So, Jason, I got to ask you this because I want to hop back to 2010 when Nafi was talking about when you guys were up 8-1 in that game, and he said he was at the WBL track meet, and he said some of your guys said, "Yeah, we still thought we were going to lose when we were up 8-1." What did I know that you've been watching the episodes? I'm sure you probably heard that and were laughing like that's definitely a Nafi kind of thing. But when you hear something like that, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he was probably full of it on that one.
Yeah.
not Nafi.
And all these guys here will back you up on that, right?
Yeah, I know in that game, like we kind of, like we said, it was a 6-inning game, and in the 6th inning of that game where we kind of just our pitcher had a little bit of control issues. You guys got a couple hits in there, and the wheels fell off, and we didn't have enough time to get our next guy up because we thought, Josh was cruising going into that inning, and he lost it for us. He just lost. He didn't lose it for us, but he just kind of lost it and the wheels fell off. You know, were we upset that we got beat? Definitely. But you know, I don't think anybody in the dugout thought we were going to get beat. You know, up 8-1. If anything, they probably had like too high confidence and said, "Oh, this will be easy." You know, up 8-1. And but it didn't happen. But I know like that year, like honestly, in my opinion, that's kind of when our rivalry really started. Was probably there in 2010. I know we got John Neese back in 04. But I mean, I remember like from 2010 on, like to me, like there have been some battles. There's been some times where we got our asses kicked. But there's been other times where like they've been true dogfights till the end. And I think the last 3 or 4 years have been like really, really, we've had some really, really good battles.
Have they all been one-run games?
I think the last 4 years. Yeah. And just like phenomenal pitching performances in those games as well. But, you know, like I said earlier, this is what we look forward to look forward to the Defiance game every year. I wish it was at the end of the year when it's a lot nicer weather, just because it's fun to play in nice weather. It sucks to play first league game or second league game in early April and winds blowing 30 mile an hour. And, you know, we go from there. I think Tom and I got smart, and once it's below 40, though, we don't play. So,
amen.
Amen. That too.
Amen.
So,
well, we would talk. I mean, Jason and I would always talk before almost every league game when we're playing. But what are you guys doing? You gonna play in this crap tonight or not? I don't want to play in this crap. So we kind of decide together if we were both going to do it. And once we bagged it, everybody else would bag it a lot of times. So, but there's too many nice days. When they extended the season, there was too many nice days in May to play a crappy day in the early spring. But
I do have to say to Dom, they said you talk all the time, but I do remember like talking to you all the time at third base. So, you know, you guys like to talk, but I love talking to other guys. So
we had some good conversations.
Yeah. So, you know, because usually when Tom comes over to third, he doesn't talk to me. So, you know, during the game. So,
funny.
It's true.
Well, guys, I'm glad that you guys all could join us tonight. And Jason, thanks for being here and sharing your perspective. Because I mean, it truly was an unbelievable run. And I know you said you didn't have social media back then. You obviously didn't have a subscription to the Crescent News either. Thanks. You would have known it was 72, but I'm not there anymore. It's okay. I'll let it slide.
Well, I got one last thing for Jason. I know one thing. We would have traded that. We would have traded that loss in 2014 to get the 2012 win in the regional finals over Wapakoneta, because that game was much, tougher to swallow than the break of the streak, and that was a big one. So,
yeah,
I won't trade it. I'll take it. I'll keep it.
yeah.
I wish we could have got one more that year, though. That would have been.
The only reason I said that because I knew we lost the next game to St. Mary's. That's why I said
that. Derek, Austin, Dom, or Jacob, anything that you guys would like to add about, you know, being part of the streak or your senior year or anything else like that? Any funny stories you want to share before we wrap this thing up?
Dom,
What funny
There
stories?
must be something. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's lots of them, but I guess on a more serious note, it was a privilege to put on the Defiance uniform. Some really, really great teams, great mentors, great coaches, that taught us a lot more than, just baseball. Taught us how to work hard, what work ethic meant, showing up every day, and for that, I'm forever indebted to all you guys, teammates, coaches. It was a blast. It was a fun ride.
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate it, Dom.
Jake, go ahead, Jake.
I mean, growing up, going to all those baseball camps, Coach Held had 2 or 3 a year, give or take. Going to all those baseball camps, watching the guys that have come before us. It was truly a pleasure to put on that uniform. No one was truly better than the program. Like I said, it was a fun ride. We hate losing. Obviously our class in general, we were a bunch of gamers. So it sucks that we had to be the group to unfortunately, break that streak. But yeah, like Dom said, Coach Held and Coach Weaves, two of the best coaches I've ever had. They did teach us a lot. They taught us hard work, and yeah, I'm just grateful for my teammates and the coaches. It was a good ride.
Yeah, I can piggyback off of Greeny there on, it all started and, when we went to those baseball camps way before I was going when I was at Tenora, and I always looked up to all those guys and, the people that came before them and, what made the program and going forward and all those, all the hard work we did and when no one was watching, up in the cages, whether there was coaches there or not. I know these guys right here on this call were up there, I would say every day, and, even, late at night, and might be the only people in that parking lot. And, bringing it forward, through all the years that we played and putting on that uniform, and representing, Defiance in general. It means a lot more than, obviously just putting on the jersey. Everyone's there, supporting you. The community's there. Everyone had your back, and it felt like you go into a game and we're gonna win. We never thought we were gonna lose. From Little League on, literally, we've been together since then, and on the same teams, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball. We've the camaraderie is just crazy, and I love it. I love it, and I'll always think of Defiance as the best thing that happened.
Yeah, going off what everyone said, I agree with everything. You guys knocked it out of the park. Good job, boys. It's just we all love playing baseball, and the coaches had that same drive, and they taught us everything that we needed to know to be able to be successful. They gave us the tools, and they allowed us to grow off of that. Some people just do it just for a season, but we were doing it 12 months a year. As a group of guys. And it was just something that was installed to us at a young age. I remember my dad talking about the coaches DVDs that you guys used to give out with all the lessons and stuff. He'd go through that, study that, and he'd go over it with me and the rest of these guys growing up when he coached them. It was just something that was just installed in us just from such a young age. It was just the culture of Defiance baseball is just one of its own. I don't think there's anyone that touched us to that nature. It was just amazing to be a part of.
Well, I'm glad Derek touched that because as we've talked in all the previous episodes, it all started down when they were 7, 8, 9 years old and Defiance Youth Baseball, the best, and it's still the best. They're still together. Our kids still play together. They're still in house. We have our own travel, so they don't move it around. But it's a really cool thing to be part of. And get the witness over the years, and it really has been a community. It's been a community thing, and it's been an absolute privilege and honor to be part of that. And I know these guys think the same thing because no one is bigger than the program. So the time you have there, obviously, Coach Weave and I had a few more years than you guys did there, but we cherished every year the same. The one thing I do remember, you guys probably don't know this, how many ass chewings and almost fired for leaving my keys in the mailbox.
I was just about to bring that up. We used to lose that stadium key all the time, man.
You guys could go up in the stadium at all hours and hit on your own. But oh my God, we get called into the office. You can't do this anymore. And screw it. If the kids want to get better, I don't care.
And Greeny lost your keys in the snow.
We found them with the snowblower.
Little did Coach Held know we made like 6 copies, and we just gave them out,
Good. I encouraged it.
I think we actually stayed the night in that stadium before
with no heat.
With no, yeah, I think
I think it was
your senior year. You would have.
We slept on those track mats in the back. Yeah, that was good stuff.
I mean, I remember calling or just texting coaches at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. Hey, can we come get the key? And they'd say in the mailbox, or so and so has it. I haven't brought it back yet, or something like that.
Hey, is it too late for you to still throw BP? Hey, Dom, it's 10 p.m. Go to bed. All right, Coach. I guess you don't want me to get better.
Yeah.
I guess another thing is, the knowledge of the game, from high school and then moving on to play, in college. You would meet guys that, just weren't at that same level knowledge-wise about the game. And how much we learned heads up baseball. You remember that? I mean, hopefully you guys are still doing that.
Absolutely.
I still got the book. I know I saw Robbie on the last episode have it, and I was like, oh man, I think I got that in a box somewhere. But
best book ever.
Yeah.
What was our saying?
That book is life, man. That book is life. It's more than baseball. It's life.
What was our saying that year?
Oh, I don't remember.
Who came up with it?
I think Coach Hill and Coach Weaver did.
What was it?
It probably stunk then.
I don't recall what
you guys dropped the ball. If you didn't come up with it, then we had to come up.
What was it?
I just remember we had those turtleneck shirts back in like 2012 from that Ohio State quarterback. Oh man, those were terrible.
Oh, Beckman.
Beckman.
Oh, Todd Beckman, yeah.
I remember a funny story when I was listening to last week's episode, and and then I even went and watched the state semis and state finals game, and Weston, just talking about like how good his knuckleball was, and you could see it in the state games, like Joe's falling on his ass like once an inning every time he throws it, and I'll never forget. So I roomed with Weston my freshman year of college, and when we would go out, put in extra work in, obviously we would throw together, and then he would start playing knuckleball catch with me. And I just remember this one time, it was cold, it was probably like 40 degrees outside. He throws a nasty knuckleball, and it's at my chest, hits me square in my cup, and I never played knuckleball catch with him ever again.
I said, you wore that cup, though. That cup saved you. See?
I said, you got to find a different partner, man, because it's not me.
So I remember you guys talking about the those infamous hallway laps and all the miles. Did you have to run a mile under 5? Was it under 5?
Yeah.
Get out of it.
So there was 3 consecutive times in a row. Coach Held finished with 5:01. And at that point, I told myself, I'm never running this mile again. I'm never trying ever again, because I'd finish and he'd be like 5:01, and I'm like, there's just no way.
His fingers were slow.
I remember I'd be coming around last lap. He'd be like 3:55, and I'm like, I got a minute. Let's go. And then I'd finish every time 5:01, and I'm like, just no way.
I thought someone got it our senior year. I thought you did. I thought you did.
Shay did.
Jay got it.
Oh yeah.
Shay got 4:59, but I got 5:01.
I think Shay walked out of the gym and just ran it for the fun of it. Ran like 4:57 or something like that.
We only had like a few more practices or something after that anyway.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it anyways because he was in basketball. So he didn't have to do many hallway laps. But
well, we had there was a time where Coach Held said whoever won the hallway lap competition would not have to run the steel starts upstairs. So Robbie actually, he turned it on. He's like, all right, let me go first. And so Robbie finished his lap, and there wasn't a single player around that last corner. So we won, and Coach Held goes, all right, everyone up for steel starts. So even if you lost, even if you won, we all still had to run. I've never seen Robbie.
I forgot about all those running. upstairs.
What?
The steel starts upstairs
What's that?
where we just stole.
Oh yeah, we'd be up on the
Oh.
second floor, and we would basically just steal bases, and it'd be like me, Greeny, Acock, and like Shafe,
Schaefer. Just going at it every time. Oh,
We went hard, man. I remember leaving practice and I felt like I couldn't walk.
the yoga after yoga.
What kind of coach? What kind of high school program makes you do P90X yoga?
Hey, it helped. I think that was next level.
It was awesome. It was excellent, but like
Hot yoga.
no programs doing that. And again, it's a testament to what Defiance is and just the legacy. I mean, high school programs they're just not doing that. They're not doing yoga. What was that guy's name?
Tony Horton.
Tony Horton. Yeah.
I remember telling people stories about doing yoga, and they just laugh. And I'm just thinking to myself, you guys can't last 10 minutes.
They have no clue, do they? How hard?
No clue.
My legs were shaking. Oh, that was the hardest stuff I've ever done.
Well, I remember the first time
I did them
it.
with you. I did them with you boys too.
You
took half the time off.
No, I did not. I did not.
You did.
I did not, Dom.
Man, he practiced in his basement.
Yeah, Coach Hill would do the workouts, and then he would go home and redo the workouts.
At least that's what he told us.
Ab Ripper, baby. Ab Ripper.
Hey, those wiffle balls in the cafeterias, though. You remember those little wiffle balls?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Oh, those hurt so bad.
That was danger zone.
Oh, you had to sit about 10 feet in front of the guy and throw these wiffle balls, and I mean, people would be bleeding.
Tilted.
People would be bleeding.
Yeah.
True. You get 1 minute.
That's the fun thing with all this, guys, is you guys don't remember the games hardly, but it's all the stuff you did together, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The friendships, the camaraderie you did, the things you did off the field, the memories from that. Most athletes never remember the games, except maybe a game here or there, a big, obviously a state championship or a tough loss, like the Wapak loss. But it's the other things that are so much fun to talk about and hear about. So I thank you guys. I thank you. I thank Coach Brandt for being here as well. I thank Timmy as well for putting this together. It's been a blast, been an absolute blast.
We're going to put together one more next week. We're going to bring in friends of the program. I'm just going to put it out there. We're going to have Nate on here. We can't do one of these without Nate. He was at every one of those games. We're bringing in Shorty, Tim Shortgen, and Adam Gubernath, and of course I got to bring in Lynn Grohl. He was covering the Wapakoneta game this year when you guys lost, and he's got a funny story or two that he's going to share about that. And Jason, I hope you're watching next week too. I think you're going to enjoy that. So thank you for being here, Jason. Derek, Austin, Dom, and Jake. It's great catching up with you guys, and thanks again for another great episode. We'll see you one more time next week.
All right.
Stay in
Thanks,
touch, boys. Stay in touch.
Appreciate you guys.
Beer's on me when you're in town. Let me know.
Absolutely. See you guys.
Amen. Frickers.
There we go.